Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate you as always.
Always a pleasure.
We'll wait for the queue and we'll get started. All right, good morning, everyone. Thanks for being with us this morning. Go ahead and get started with our administrative session. This is the Tuesday, February the 4th, 2025, administrative session of Georgia Public Service Commission. Turning our attention first to the utility consent agenda. Would any commissioner like any item on the consent agenda held or moved to the regular agenda? All right, hearing no such request, all in favor of approving the items on the consent agenda, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Consent agenda passes unanimously. Moving on to the regular agenda. Does any commissioner wish for any item to be held? Okay, we'll take up the first item, item R1.
Morning, Commissioners. Item R1 is docket number 55268, Georgia Power Company's 2029 to 2031 all source capacity request for proposal, consideration of staff's recommendation. On January 9th, 2025, Georgia Power Company filed a letter with the Georgia Public Service Commission requesting approval to request information about alternative commercial operation dates or delivery commencement dates from active participants in the 2029 to 2031 all source capacity request for proposals. As part of the existing submission refresh process. Although the company's January 9th, 2025 letter did not identify a specific timeline for consideration, the company had communicated to staff that it hoped for the matter to be included on the January 16th, 2025 Energy Committee agenda for commission consideration. After discussion with commission staff, the company agreed to allow for additional time to consider the company's proposal. Staff believe the refresh process originally approved in the RFP should not be modified, but did not oppose a subsequent alternative for soliciting alternative CODs and DCDs. The submission refresh process opened on January 14th, 2025, as originally approved by the Commission. The current submission refresh allowed all participants the option to refresh the fixed cost components of their original submissions in the all source RFP. Participant responses were due January 28th, 2025. On January 21st, 2025, Georgia Power met with commission staff and the independent evaluator to discuss the company's request for information on the feasibility of alternative CODs and DCDs within the current all-source RFP. On January 28th, 2025, Georgia Power filed a letter to the commission with a revised request for the following. 1. Georgia Power seeks commission approval to request information from active participants on possible COD or DCD alternatives as part of a separate refresh for COD/DCDs. 2. Georgia Power proposes to ask active participants if they are willing and able to offer an alternate COD/DCD within the need years of the all source RFP, November 30th, 2028 to November 30th, 2030. 3. If a participant proposes an alternate date, the participant would have the ability to adjust the fixed cost components of the submission necessary to meet that alternate date. 4. Participants would not be required to offer an alternate date. 5. The ongoing submission refresh process as originally approved by the Commission does not allow participants to adjust CODs/DCDs. As such, during the COD/DCD refresh, while a participant would have the option to offer an alternate date, each participant must still commit to the original date offered for its submission. 6. Each participant who proposes an alternate date must guarantee that alternate date with the same level of firmness required for the participant's original submission. 7. The all-source RFP remains under active evaluation. Any proposed alternative date would be subject to further RFP evaluations, including pricing, interconnection, and delivery timing. Georgia Power would evaluate each offered COD/DCD and advance the option that best suits the needs of customers. 8, if approved, Georgia Power will open the COD/DCD refresh on February 4th, 2025, with responses due February 25th, 2025. The company requested expedited commission consideration of this request, which was originally filed on January 9th, 2025, in order to not affect the current shortlist determination date of May 16th, 2025. However, the company would push back the competitive tier determination date from February 24th, 2025 to March 14th, 2025. Any necessary changes to the schedule to implement COD/DCD refresh will be communicated to all interested parties via the IE website. Staff has reviewed the company's request and recommended approval.
Thank you, sir. Any questions? All right, you've heard staff's recommendation. All in favor, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, R1 passes unanimously. R2,
Commissioners, R2 is seeking a 6-month extension in planning and implementation for FERC 1920A. Georgia is part of the SERTP Transmission Planning Group, and they are also filing for an extension. According to the rule in 1920A, states can receive an additional 6 months. Ask for your favorable consideration.
okay, any questions?
Mr. Bradmore, are we getting any pushback from this?
We are not getting pushback out of FERC. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry, say that again.
Are we getting any pushback on our file from first?
No, Commissioner, we are not getting pushback. We are being encouraged to file the extension.
All right, any other questions? Thank you for that, Commissioner Pridemore. You've heard Commissioner's explanation and recommendation. All in favor of R2, say aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, R2 passes unanimously. Thank you. Does any commissioner have any other matter to be taken up on the utility agenda? If not, we'll move on to administrative affairs agenda. We have a consent agenda for administrative affairs. Does any commissioner wish to hold any item or move it from the consent agenda to the regular agenda? If not, all in favor of approving the administrative affairs consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right, consent agenda for administrative affairs passes unanimously. Is there any other business to be taken up today? All right, if not, we are adjourned. Thank y'all.
Thank you.